We're going to be talking right now with Chuck Schneider. Chuck, it's so good to have you here.
Well, thanks, Ann.
And I understand you had a long drive, but anyways.
Well, this time of the year, you never know.
It didn't start out that way, but it ended up.
That's right.
He's the artistic director of the Schenectady Symphony Orchestra, and if you haven't seen one of their performances, I strongly recommend it. It is just, they are wonderful. And when they perform at Proctor's, that the entire theater fills with music from...
Oh, it's an incredible theater. And as a matter of fact, one of the guys I studied with was Herbert Blomstedt, who came through here with the San Francisco Orchestra, and I came over to welcome him and say hi. And he looked at the hall and he said, "My God, Schneider, we don't even have a hall like this in San Francisco. This is
really
fabulous."
Oh my goodness,
well, it's one of the best theaters in the whole Northeast.
Yeah. Well, we got the same reaction when the Orchestra of Cuba came here. I don't know if you saw them, but they were wonderful, and it was the same thing. They just were amazed at the theater that we have here. So, but what are you going to be doing on that stage? What else is opera and Broadway?
And one of the foremost Helden tenors in the world who sings
and we
regularly.
Got a picture of him here, huh?
Yeah, John Frederick West sings all over Vienna, Berlin. I mean, you name it. He is the one of
there he is, right there.
two or three top Siegfrieds in the whole world, and he and his wife moved to Utica because their daughter lives up there. And he said, "Chuck, it's just as easy to get to Europe from here as it was where they used to live in Yonkers." So he said, "Yeah, we moved up here to be with our daughter." And I said, "Well, how much singing do you want to do with us?" And he said, "Well, as much as my schedule will allow." So in November, we did this pretty much the same program we're going to be doing here. It's a great opportunity to hear one of the great tenors who's singing today. He was the Beethoven, when we did the Beethoven Ninth, he was the tenor soloist, and he was also the tenor soloist in our first production this year in October when we did the collaboration with Octavos. And he's not exactly brand new to our audience, but this is really his concert. He's going to sing the big aria from Samson. He's going to sing Vesti La Juba, which is the big Pagliacci aria. Everybody knows that. He's doing a little Neapolitan song, too. And then he's also going to sing some duets with this wonderful soprano that we have coming in. Johanna Arnold,
and we have a photo of her
as
well.
And she too has a big career, has had a big career, and continues to have a big career. Our original program included the mad scene from Lucia, but unfortunately that soprano had to cancel, and at the last minute I called Johanna, and she said, "Oh, Chuck, I'd love to come in and sing with you," but we had to change the program. But she's doing O Mio Babbino, Caro from Johnny Schicchi, which again everybody knows, and then she's doing the wonderful movie aria from Trouble in Tahiti of Bernstein, and then in the second half, the two of them will sing three big duets from Broadway shows.
And what are they? Do you know?
Yeah,
or is that a secret?
She's doing. They're doing Strange Music from Song of Norway. They're doing When a Man and a Woman from 110 in the Shade. And Make Believe from Showboat.
Wow!
So it's the first time that we've kind of mixed in, opera and operetta or Broadway, and we thought, well, let's give it a try. It's all wonderful music, and it's.
Well, it's amazing that I have met a number of people who do opera, and they love to do Broadway as well. And it's really like, oh, I didn't know those things went together, but they do. When you think of the really good musicals that have wonderful voices in them. Like, we just did an interview on Les Mis. I mean, talk about voices.
Oh,
I mean, you need...
Vocal demands in that show are incredible.
And even like Phantom of the Opera and some of those. No. I'm not talking about, doing Hairspray, but, it's...
Well, yeah, exactly.
We're kind of going with
most of the opera singers don't belt.
I know they don't. Right.
But there are all these wonderful tunes, the lyric, especially these duets that we're doing.
Oh, this is going to be a wonderful show. Now, when is it?
It's Sunday, January 12th, 3
Okay.
o'clock, here at Proctor's.
And it's 3 o'clock. So, if you don't like to be out late at night or something, this is perfect.
That's absolutely, yeah. And you can still get home before dark, or you can go out and have a nice dinner and make it an early evening still.
But the idea that you're seeing world-class performers.
Absolutely, and I'm very excited that we're able to bring the soloists of this caliber to our audience, it's, as I say, it's an unusual program in that we don't usually have singers carry the whole program. Obviously, the orchestra does a few things on their own
they'll
too.
do a little bit.
Well, we're doing the big bacchanal from Samson and Delilah.
Yeah.
And we're doing several intermezzos, the one from Cavalleria and the one from Pagliacci, and there is.
Well, I find the orchestra, the Schenectady Symphony, just thrilling to listen to. I really do. I'm being sincere. It really is. It's such a wonderful. And at Proctor's, it just seems as though it fills the entire theater. And I get goosebumps when I hear some of that music. It's like, oh my God, this is wonderful.
Well, live music will do that.
Yeah, and you've brought on like the trumpeter, wasn't it, a while back? I think didn't you bring?
We try to feature our young artists.
The young artists, right.
As much as possible, too. I think it's one of the most important things that we do. We provide a platform for these young, extremely talented students to get out and play a concerto with the orchestra.
And he was wonderful.
He was, absolutely.
It was incredible. I never expected to see a trumpeter, be on stage, maybe the piano, maybe, or a violin, but not so often the trumpeter. But it was a trumpeter. They had written it for a trumpeter. So. Yeah, it was wonderful. Yeah. So if you want to see really a wonderful venue for music, the Schenectady Symphony Orchestra will offer that to you. And this time they are joining in with a soprano and a tenor. Right. And to do world class, we're talking about. Right. So this is not shabby. This is good stuff.
That's right.
You got to come and see it. And that's what on Sunday.
Sunday, January 12th.
January 12th.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. And do yourself a favor. If you've never been to the Symphony before, make this the one you went to. Right? If you like Broadway, a little opera, you get a taste of everything in this one. So please go. Do yourself a favor. It might be kind of a nice way to give a nice gift to someone.
Hey. There you go, Ann.
There you go. Nice
Good
idea, right?
Yes.
Somebody that you don't know what to buy for.
That's right.
Take them to the opera. Take them to the Broadway. Take them to the Symphony.
Introduce them to the orchestra.
You got it. Chuck, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Ann.
I want to wish you a very happy holiday.
And you too. Thank you.